So what's up guys, I'm back again. It's the end of the month. I started this at the beginning of the month, but March has been a crappy month for weather. We had a lot of snow, so my car is parked in the garage, my parents' garage, for about the entire month, since maybe my last video. So now I finally got the car back. I'm home and it's warm today, but it's raining and it's really crappy outside, but I'm determined to finish this so I can test out the camera. Now I started my wiring through the boot. Next to the boot, I'm sorry, I couldn't get it inside the boot, but I decided to just run it. I squeezed it into the firewall there, adjacent to the boot, to run it right through to the cavity pocket for the dome light module. Now, this module is really hard to get out. On my car, it's very different from other cars. On YouTube, you might see videos where, even on the forums, people just pulling these things out and putting their fingers in there to access this, sorry. It's a little blurry there. This spring clip is what you want to access to release it. That's the only way to get this down. So some people put their finger in and pull that out and just pull that clip back in and it pops out. But on my car, for some reason, I don't know if it's a model year thing or production year, I had to remove the sun visor clips. I have them actually right here. And that in itself is a bit of a task because it comes out with these. It's a weird Torx driver that you have to pull out, and then this clip seems to be bolted right to maybe the roof of the car because look how long that thing is. So that pretty much plugs out, and you have to twist and pull that out. But that's like an inch nailed in there. That's why it's literally impossible to do it without removing that. And then once you got that removed, you could pull this down, and basically you're. Oops, I kind of messed up my thing there. So, and basically you could access the clips from the backside. And once you access the clips, then these clips that you access release, and then this pops down. Now, that being said, now that it's down, you could access the plug where this is going to tap into. So that's the power plug that's going to the camera, and that's the bridge connector. So it's just basically tapping into that for power. So what it is, you're going to unplug one of these connectors here. It's the one all the way on the driver's side, I believe. What's this? Next to the SOS switch. And that's going to connect back into the car, but this is going to tap right into that with just basically a power. It looks like a power and a ground wire or something like that. It's just the 3 wires there that's going to power the camera. That's all you need. Now, it was confirmed that the extra module that comes with the CYHY kit, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, CYHY kit. This is just a comfort access module that's going to, you could plug it in, that would plug into this extra mod dongle right there. I'm not going to do that because this is a coding module that codes the computer to make the key fob do different things to the car, like lock the car with alarm, sound with the horn, or to make the lights blink when you lock the car, as well as a bunch of other things that I couldn't really translate from the Chinese. Now, I don't want to risk connecting that to the car and then the car just, goes crazy from whatever that's trying to tell the car to do. So that you could just leave. If all you need is the camera, you do not have to worry about this. But I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to leave that like that. So now that we're almost done, everything seems to line up properly. I mean, the connectors, everything seems perfect. So now I'm going to put everything back and start the car and see how the camera runs. And I'll see you guys in a minute. So everything's back together. I have my Samsung memory card here. So this is the card I'm going to use to install in the camera. And I just went to Best Buy. I think this was $12 is what I paid for this. Now this camera, the thing with it only takes up to a 32 gigabyte card according to the seller. And so I'm not gonna risk putting a bigger card in it. I don't see why it wouldn't take a bigger card, but this is the card I want to use, so I'm not even sure how this goes in. I should have done this before. And so the thing with the 32 gigabyte card, even though it's small, it loops over stuff that you don't want. And so I put everything back together. Now I think this is still a little loose. I'm gonna keep this like loose so I could always clip in and access that again. So I don't want that to be clipped in firmly. I know if I hit a pothole in New York City, this is gonna come falling down on me, but everything tucks away real easy. The wire harness and stuff, but I just left it just in case I have to go back in and fix any wiring. So I'm just gonna come here and see how to put this memory card in. I think it's this way. And get my Pride 2. So that's it. It seems like it's in there. So that's where the memory card would go. And someone was saying if you have an iOS device, I have my iPad here. I'm gonna go ahead and go to iTunes and get the CYHY app. So I'm gonna do this and come back. Sorry for the really amateur camera, guys. So actually, you know what? Let's just do it together. I got a bit of time. So I'm gonna go to the App Store, because then I'll probably get questions. I like getting questions on the channel, so I don't mind. I'm showing you guys how to do things all the way. I know some questions people think is stupid. So is it the CYHY app? And everything's in Chinese, as you see there. So that's the app. It is in the App Store. I have a Samsung phone, which is what I'm actually doing, using to record this video. So I'm gonna install that. And I should turn this music off because YouTube is gonna complain. Snap, I don't know my iTunes password. So I'm gonna pause the video and come back. So I got the car started, the camera's on. Now it's really tricky once you get the app. You have to bear with me for a minute. I know it's really bright, the screen. This is important because it took me about, I know it's quick for you guys, but it took me like the last 30 minutes to figure this out. Now once you get the app in there, look at my iPad. I downloaded the app. I remember my password. It took me a long time to get it. You're gonna see this screen in the app, and if you keep hitting general setting, anything you hit is gonna ask you to connect to the camera not connected. Now I couldn't figure out how to connect with the app, because you don't connect with the app, because it took me a while to figure out how to go into my Wi-Fi settings. It's strange because I believe most cameras connect with Bluetooth, but this is a Wi-Fi source. So this is connecting with Wi-Fi to your device. Now I have a Samsung phone that I use, but this is my iPad because iOS is much more simpler to describe. So I found CYHY. Once the camera's turned on and the light is blue and flashing or green and flashing, it's gonna read it as a CYHY source, and it's gonna ask you for the password. And when you put the password in, it's just 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and it connects. And I just connected. So let's go back into the app. CYHY app right there. And that, I guess, let's see what we have here. General settings. So now you're in a setting of the device, and this is actually really cool because you could do a lot of things here. Size of the pictures, video time per file, so you could time your videos per file. You could do the gravity stuff if the car is parked. You can do a factory reset. So you have a lot of options here, which is what I like. I like options. There's no good way to hold this and record. So let's go back. I wonder if I could get a... So it reads the SD card as 31. So it is reading a card. Now, and I guess if you want to see the video, we could do that there, and we could see what it's recording. So, okay, this is interesting. So that's the camera. The camera's on and recording. So that's my file there. So I'm gonna pause the video and go for a ride, guys. Let's see what this bad boy is capable of. It actually looks really good. So what's up, guys? So this is the camera recording. I'm driving down the road here, and you're gonna see this is a really crude way of doing this, but I just to give you guys a quick view. So I have a live streaming to my iPad right now of the camera. So that's the camera being connected. So how cool is that? So the sun is setting, so I'm trying to get the last bit of sunlight in. So that's the car in front of me. That's what I'm seeing, and kind of like that's what the camera's seeing there. So it's a little blurry because I'm switching perspective, and the sun is setting. So we're driving on a hill here, and that's the Palisades in the distance, and that's how it's seeing that. So from my end, it looks clear.